Turn it up.
Welcome back to this already the final segment of The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. I've got Lenny Verkhoglaz on the program, CEO of a company called Executive Home Care. That's executivehomecare.com. And delighted to have you on the program, and welcome.
Thank you very much for having me this morning.
Lenny, tell us a little bit about your company. Give us a little bit of background on what you do.
Absolutely. Executive Care has been in business for a decade now. We've been providing services to elderly, sick individuals, people needing care at home in assisted living, independent living facilities. And last year we franchised that company, and we're offering franchise opportunities to folks that want to get into this business and continue our mission of providing compassionate care to folks that need it.
How many facilities do you have?
Right now we have 4 franchised offices, and we're working on 5 more that are in development so far, all in New Jersey. We're taking a careful approach to our expansion because we want to make sure that our franchisees get the best support possible in the industry, so this way they continue to brand our company, continue to generate quality service, and keep the company going forward.
The idea of franchising, that's a relatively new concept, isn't it, for home services like yours?
Well, there are a few companies that have been franchised. Home care companies have been in existence for 10 to 15 years. So it's not a new concept. Of course, it's not as old as, say, many other franchise businesses such as McDonald's or Subway or others. But it is gaining speed. It is very needed service, and with a population shift, there's going to be a dramatic increase in business in the years to come.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell us about, demographically, 1/3 of the population now are baby boomers. I'm on the young end of that scale, but I'm already beginning to think, long-term retirement and those type of things. There's this, and then there's still a lot of people left. There's still a few left, of course, of the greatest generation, and a lot left in the silent generation. So America's aging at a breakneck pace, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Well, speaking about the greatest generation, the World War II generation, they are the bulk of our clientele right now because, they're reaching the age where a lot of them unfortunately pass away. But what's good about that generation is that they work hard, they saved, and now they take care of themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So what do you see? What other trends are you seeing when it comes to the whole caring of seniors?
Well, the biggest trend is that the number of clients, I think, that we will be servicing is going to outstrip the number of caregivers we'll be able to hire. That's one of the challenges in our industry, is to get good help. And once we find good help, we hold on to them, make sure they work for us and provide good service. We keep them happy, they keep the client happy, and then we can generate good name for our businesses.
Yeah, no question about it. No question about it. People, there are certain unemployment is rough, but when it comes to healthcare in general and senior care in particular, that's one area that's a growth industry.
Absolutely. We feel that there is zero unemployment, should be at least, in the home care industry.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's so much work out there. Sometimes we struggle to get people. We have sometimes more clients that we need to service than we have available caregivers to send to those clients. So it's a very critical piece, a very critical component in our industry.
Yeah. I think a lot of people wonder, the affordability of in-home care. Somehow they think it's cheaper or easier to, put to folks in assisted living, which may or may not be true. But from a quality of life perspective, I would think staying with something that's familiar to them is pretty important. Talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely. We actually have quite a few clients who live in assisted living and independent living facilities because their children decided that it's better to move them into those facilities. To some extent, it is easier, but those facilities do not have enough staff. So those families then turn to us to provide care that they need.
Right, right, and also to provide accountability for the place your senior is living in. They're observing stuff that the facility may not tell you about, and but they'll tell you about that simply because they work for you, not the facility.
Exactly. There's nothing like one-on-one care, whether it's at home, traditional home setting, or wherever our client lives, whether assisted living, independent living, sometimes skilled nursing facility. So we provide services everywhere and anywhere.
What percentage of your clients are in assisted living facilities?
I would say close to quarter of our clientele.
That's incredible to me. That, I think a lot of people would instantly think that that's kind of redundant, but I bet anyone who has their parents in a facility like that for an extended period of time, that you get a sense that there's a certain amount of neglect, not necessarily in a way that would require shutdown or whatever, but they're just not getting the kind of attention that you'd like your parent to receive. And so bringing someone in like a facility or organization like yours is a big game changer.
Absolutely. We find that some facilities say, well, your mom is, say, demented or has late-stage Alzheimer's disease. And they say, if you want your mom to stay here, you need to bring additional help. And that's when they turn to us.
Hey, I appreciate you being with us. Enjoyed the conversation. And I do want to encourage people to get more information. You can learn more about Lenny and his company over at executivehomecare.com. And Lenny Verkhoglaz, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. I hope everyone out there has a great rest of their day, and I hope they spend it wisely right here on this great station.